Hi, honey bunnies. Hello, hello. I'm just going to wait for some people to arrive. I'm not sure if this has worked actually. Has it worked? Let me see. I'm just going to wait for some people to come in. I'm just wondering if I should just check the laptop. It's so weird, Facebook. Sometimes I'm just not sure what it's up to. It's a little bit sort of slow to do anything. Can somebody confirm for me if you can see and hear me okay, and if I am live on my Facebook page, please, and not in either of my groups? Am I live on my Facebook page and can you hear me okay? I want to make sure I can take comments. I'm not seeing any comments so far. No, I'm not seeing any comments at the moment. Oh, Melissa, hello. Lizzie says, I see you. Excellent stuff. And am I on my Facebook page? Because I can't tell. I didn't set up in my private group by accident, did I? Kimberly, oh my God, yes, caught you from the very start. Hi. Hi, darling. Aiden says, hey, girl. Therese says, perfect. Danny says, yup, live and direct. Ha, okay, sweet as a nut. Thank you so much for letting me know that, because I was like, what's going on? It looks weird, and also I might have just ended up going live in one of my private groups. But the real gold is when you go live on your personal Facebook profile, when you meant to go live on your page, which I have done once. I was like, hi, Pop Tarts, I can't wait to talk to you about this. And then all my mates were like, Kelly, you're on the wrong thing. You're in your personal profile. I was like, damn. So that's happened. Thank you, Gina, for letting me know you can hear me. Hello, everyone. Cool. Thank you very much for letting me know. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things, and I am then going to be uploading this onto YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, hello, thank you for watching. I'm going to try not to be too clumsy with interaction with comments here versus getting the information out that I want to get out, because I do want it to be sort of watchable for people that are watching it on YouTube. I want to talk about a few changes that are occurring with my business and explain a little bit about why those changes are occurring, and just kind of reassure people that do interact with my business or have been thinking about doing so. So the first thing that I want to say is that I've been having such an interesting time assessing my relationship with the business, assessing my relationship with what I do. I still very much love slinging cards. I very much love offering spiritual counseling sessions. But I did feel like something really, well, a few different things needed to change for me, because in the last 18 months, I have been dancing on and off with burnout. I certainly wouldn't say that I've gone straight to burnout city yet, but I think that without making some of these changes, I could well have done. I'm not going to talk about all the changes that I've got coming and the exciting things that I've got in the pipeline just at the moment, but I do want to talk about a few things that have changed with my online store and, just basically, again, reassure people and explain a few things. And I also want you to know what working with me does provide you with and how to work with me if you've never worked with me before. I'm just checking some comments here. Everybody's letting me know that I'm here and I'm live and everything. Thank you very much. Okay. Thanks, guys, for being with me. So what I wanted to first of all let you know is that so far with my readings that I do, my card slinging readings, I've always offered three options. It's either a recorded video, so a pre-recorded video that is given to you as a link to an unlisted video on YouTube, an email reading, so a written PDF document, or a live Skype call where we actually schedule a time and you actually go into my schedule online and select a time, and we do it like that. I've been offering those three options for a very, very, very long time now. And for me personally, just for how things are going in my business, the fact that my popularity is growing, my audience is growing, I'm getting more people that want to buy readings and sessions from me, which is absolutely wonderful. And I'm so happy for that. But I do need to, at least for the time being, switch to only Skype readings. I already do Skype sessions. My spiritual counselling sessions are via Skype, my business mentoring, my card slinger chats, my witchy brainstorming, all of those options in the online store have always been via Skype. But the readings have always had these extra formats, these other options that you can choose. And what was going on was that so many people were booking via Skype that it was becoming increasingly difficult for me to find myself able to schedule the video and the email around Skype. And in the last sort of 6 months, there's been a few things that have happened in my personal life in various ways that made it even harder to schedule these things, to get them out, etc. And also to make sure that there was a little bit of leeway for me to sort out problems if the occasional issue did arise. You know, like if a client couldn't give me their notes and wanted me to hang on, I would delay that and not schedule it. But then when it came time to schedule it, it would be difficult. Or there was a tech issue on a couple of occasions where things didn't arrive, or they were in a client's clutter folder, things like that. If I can't schedule the video and email until quite late in the time frame, then it becomes a case of, you know, me feeling as though the client has been let down if something goes wrong, or there's a question of something. Essentially, basically what I'm saying is that I'm enjoying a fruitful time of having plenty of clients, and I love that, and I've always had lots of repeat business, which is one of the reasons I want to put this information across, because there are so many people who do purchase video readings from me or email readings from me, and I kind of want to reassure those people that although those options have been taken away, the Skype option will be so fruitful, will be so good. Please don't be shy of coming over and having a live reading via Skype. So I want to get into that a bit. So basically, in order to save myself from burnout, I have taken my readings down to just the Skype option. So everything that you can book with me now in terms of readings is exactly the same as the sessions. It's all going to be Skype. I want to mention that I am switching up my hours. So usually I work from 10 a.m. UK time right through till 9:30 p.m. UK time. And that's always what I've stuck to. I usually have 2 weekends on a month and 2 weekends off roughly. I'm switching that up now, so I'm basically doing some hours which are later and some shifts that are earlier. So I will be doing I'm doing about one shift per week that goes into the late hours, so that when people book me who are on the other side of the world, they're not going to have the problem of looking at my schedule and being like, Kellyanne, I can't book you at all. Like, I'm in Australia, so these hours don't work for me, kind of thing. So there are going to be more options for you to choose from when you do select a reading or session with me. I am switching up my schedule. My schedule used to be very much set at those times, and now I've moved things around. So I do it in shifts, you know. So there are going to be options sometimes to book me for a reading at midnight or a reading at 11 p.m. UK time, which usually you wouldn't be able to do. But it will make it easier for people that I work with on the other side of the globe, and I'm very fortunate to have lots of clients from all over. I want them to be able to book me. So please don't worry if you did used to buy video and email readings and you think to yourself, I'm not going to be able to book anything via Skype because it's not going to be anywhere near my time zone. I've already thought of that, and I've already sort of switched things up with my schedule, so there shouldn't be an issue with you being able to find a time. And of course, if there is an issue with finding a time, I always say to my clients, please email me, let me know, and we'll work something out. We'll try and work something out together. So I just want to let you know, for anyone who's not had a Skype reading or a Skype session, that you can record the call. So you can choose to record the call, and you will receive a copy of that recording afterwards. So that's also a great thing, is that you're not going to lose the ability to be able to revisit the reading or the session. You're still going to have a recording of the reading if you purchase a reading. It's just going to happen live via Skype rather than being delivered to you as an email or video. So there is that capability. You have 30 days to download the video that we record on Skype, and then it's yours, and you can keep watching it. Chris says, love your videos, Kelly. They really help me unwind when I'm stressed. I find your advice and your chats in general are very soothing. I just wanted to say thank you. You're incredible. Thank you so much, Chris. That's lovely of you to say. And Diana says, self-care is of the utmost importance, and I'm glad you're making the changes to your schedule that work for you. Thank you very much. I've been very nervous about making this change because so many people do like the video format. And I do have some people that like the email format. That's not as popular, but certainly taking away the video format is a bit nerve-wracking for me in terms of making sure that I keep my clientele happy. But this is something that I really feel like I need to do for myself. One benefit of taking away the video and email option and just working with purely a Skype schedule is that one good thing about it is I am going to have more time to make courses. I have the notes for 3 or 4 courses, darlings, that I have not had time to make. And they wouldn't take lots of time to make, but I get sort of, I've been very drained by the working around the scheduled Skype calls to put in the scheduled video, to schedule the videos and schedule the emails. So now I'm going to have more time freed up to make those courses, especially, yes, that scripting course that people keep asking me for. It is coming, darlings, bear with me. I've got all the notes written out, I just need to film it, and this will now give me sort of the opportunity to do more courses. I've got so many video courses that I want to put out. They're really reasonably priced. There are some in the online store at the moment. If you want to go and have a look, I'll leave all of the information in the comments below on Facebook and in the comments below or the description below on YouTube. Okay. So I want to say a few more things. Basically, I've got some notes here so I can make sure I don't leave anything out. So if you've never had a reading with me before or a session with me before, I just want to kind of explain to you how it works. So you go to my online store, you select the reading that you want or the session that you want. If it's a reading, it will always be an hour. All of the readings are going to be an hour in length. If it's a session, you can choose between a 60-minute session and a 90-minute session. So there's a little bit more, of an option there for you. And then when you purchase, you receive a confirmation email, and within the confirmation email, you receive a link to my online schedule. It's very easy to book your time in using my online schedule. You can switch it to your time zone, and then you just have a look at what is available for you, and you book the slot that works for you. If you need to reschedule, it is very easy to do that. You just log back in using the link from the confirmation email again, go back in and reschedule. You are completely capable of doing that without me needing to sort of do any wizardry. You just reschedule. So if you choose something and then you realize like, oh, wait a minute, I've got a dental appointment, you can change it yourself. The other thing that you receive with the confirmation email is this worksheet right here. And it says, hey there, Pop-Tart at the top. This worksheet is basically something that is that I give to everybody, whether they're doing a reading or a session. And it has several pages of questions after the been completed, and this basically helps you to absorb that we have done together, and it gives you a little bit of a pep talk on the back as well. A lot of my clients get a lot out of this initial printout. It's very sweet and simple. It's not very flowery, but certainly it does contain a lot of really useful questions that you can put to yourself after the work that we've done together is finished. And it helps you to absorb what you have gone through with me, whether it was a reading that I did for you, whether it was business mentoring, whether it was spiritual counseling. The printout works for everything that I offer. So you do receive the printout as well. And that gives you the opportunity to really sort of lean whatever it is that we did together. Now, if you purchase a course from me, a video course, you receive something different. You still receive a printout, but you receive these printouts. So these are the printouts that I offer for my courses. There are 4 of them for all of my video courses that I provide. The ones that you will find, so not necessarily the old school ones in the archive, but the new ones, they come with these worksheets. So there's one worksheet to fill in when you begin, before you actually start. There is an opportunity for you to fill in the notes page, so you can think about what was important for you in each of the videos. And then there is a wrap-up worksheet, which helps you to assess what you've learned and think about how you will carry it into the future. And I also offer a page of prompts. So there's actually sort of like journal prompts that you can work through if you really want to dive deeply into whatever the course material was about, right? So you receive that when you purchase the video courses, which is something that, again, you can use to really like lean into what you've purchased, because I want you to get the absolute most out of whatever you might purchase from me. I want you to feel like it is worth the coin, because coins are often hard to come by, and I don't want you to feel like you've wasted your time and your money. I want you to have something that is really of value to you, and that you can really sink your teeth into. So Suzanne says, not a problem if you're stressed and overworked. It could carry over and not be beneficial for either you or the client. Your followers and customers surely understand. Thank you. And I think that's a really good point, Honey Bunny. Danny says, I love the video format, but this is the perfect push outside my introvert comfort zone. And that is actually something, Danny, that I was going to say in the course of this live. So I'm glad you brought it up because it is in my notes somewhere. I wanted to say that I don't want to push anybody who's really into the video format, the pre-recorded video format or the email format. I don't want to push any of you to go to the live readings. I understand that when you want video or email, it can be difficult to go to scheduling and being live. But it might push you out of your comfort zone. If that is an area for you where you are in the comfort zone and you do get quite nervous speaking live with somebody, or it's something that you wouldn't normally consider, for your evolution as well as for my evolution in doing them all the time, so we can learn and grow together. I've had quite a few instances where I've done like 10 or 20 video readings for a client over the course of time. One day they decide that they're just going to book a Skype reading instead. And it's really awesome to finally get to talk. Audio only, and sometimes it will be video. You do not have to be face to face during a Skype call. If you're doing a Skype reading or session with me and you want to be audio only, you just answer with the telephone as opposed to answering with the camera icon. And then you can see me, but I can't see you, which is fine. But it is really nice to be able to at least put a voice to a client that has so far only ordered video or email. So it's really nice to get to interact with someone that I've served so many times, but I've like never heard their voice or I've never seen their face before. So that's always good to do. But just to reassure the introverts amongst you who might be disappointed that the video format is no longer there, we don't have to be face to face, okay? It can be an audio call where if I'm slinging cards, I will keep my camera on and I will show you the cards I'm slinging, but you don't have to be face to face with me. We don't have to do it that way. So honestly, it will work out for introverts, and it also gives me the maximum opportunity to make sure that it's a time that we both agree on. It's a time that I know that I'm going to deliver on at that time because that is the start time. And so I will feel much more secure about the service that I'm giving to clients as well. So I'm glad you mentioned that, Danny. That's really cool. Sorry if I can't read all of your comments, darlings, because obviously I'm putting this on YouTube, so I want to make sure that I do stick to the point. Nathan says, hope you're doing well. Thank you, darling. I am doing much better, and making these changes has definitely been part of that. Shah says, I can't wait to see what new courses will come. This sounds like a great change for you. Thank you. I'm really excited about the courses. I can't wait to provide you guys with so much more of the ideas I've got rattling around in my brain box. There's so many that I want to get out there into the world. I want to make these video courses. I love doing them. And I love the feedback that I get from people about the courses and also the worksheets. So there's just going to be so many more of them coming this year, guys. Suzanne says, oh yeah, sorry, I've read Suzanne's. Kimberly says, I loved your email readings. I keep them in a binder and I doodle, highlight and write all over them. It's like a little soul script. But I just love you in general, and I've tried your I've tried your video recording and Skype sessions too, and you're just a gem. Self-care is so important. I can totally relate to the overwhelm and burnout and needing to make necessary changes. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Really appreciate that, darling. Okay, so let me have a look at what I haven't said yet. I want to make sure I say everything. Okay. So yeah, what I was saying was I really don't think that it has to be that invasive or uncomfortable or different to be with me on Skype if you've only ever had video readings. I am sorry to disappoint those of you who are very set on it, but I feel like the work that I do on Skype when I'm live with somebody, when I can have that interaction, even if it's a little. Some people don't like lots of dialogue, some people like lots of dialogue, so, but I do feel provide when you can talk to each other as well, or ask questions, or delve into a card further, which of course you can't do with a pre-recorded video or email. You just sort of send it out into the client's inbox and hope that it hits the spot, basically. So I do hope some of you will follow me over to doing the Skype calls. I really do, because I love my clientele that I work with. I really appreciate being able to maintain a handle on your journeys over the course of time. I feel so lucky to have so many repeat clients. It's amazing. It's such a stroke of luck that people do choose to return to me. And I get to have that sense of what's going on in your lives over the course of time. And I love that. So I would hate to lose that. But I do know that I will lose some custom as the result of not offering video. But this is going to be something that's really good for me, I think, for now anyway. And don't forget, you can ask questions in the moment, and you are provided with the footage afterwards. And if you don't want to be that interactive, just let me know. Let me know in your notes. I'm not really up for talking much. I'm just going to kind of sit there with audio only and just see what you say. You can do that. You're perfectly allowed to do that. I'm not going to try and draw you into a conversation if you don't want one, just because we happen to be on Skype. We can do things exactly the way you want to do things. It's just that there'll be a scheduled time for it, basically. So I would like to take this opportunity as well to let you know that if there's anything that you want to see from me as a product or service, if there's anything you've always wanted to purchase from the online store and you've always wished it was there, please let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to get a sense of what it is that you might want from me that I haven't really thought about or I may have overlooked. Are there sessions that you might want from me that I don't provide? Is there a certain kind of reading or a course that you would love to see from me that I do not provide? And again, the scripting course is definitely coming. And there's a few other courses as well that I'm excited about. One of them is about protecting yourself online when you're putting yourself out there and sharing your ideas, making sure that you've got your online world on lock and you can deal with trolls and you can, just make everything as high vibe as it possibly can be. And as you can imagine, I have some experience with this, darling, being that I'm a little fossil in the online witchy world now. So that's coming. There's going to be a few really cool courses coming. But if there is anything that you have always hoped I would provide, please do let me know. I also want to let you know, if you don't already, that there is a sale section in my online store. Now, there's always something in the sale section, usually, because I like a sale section myself. I like a bargain. There's not always readings in the sale section, but sometimes there is. Not always, but there sometimes are some readings in the sale section. At the time of filming this and putting it up online, there are a few readings in the sale section. So if you've never tried me before, or if you don't know if you'll like the Skype format and you don't know if you want to pay full whack for it, maybe consider grabbing one of the sale readings if there's any in there that tickle your pickle, obviously. But bear in mind that I do not always put readings in the sale section. It's one of those things that I do every now and then. But do check out the sale section. There's also some courses at the moment on sale in my sale section. So if you're on a budget and you want to see what might sort of fit you, I will leave below in the comments on both Facebook and YouTube the link to the sale section. Danny says, I stalk your sale section. Thank you, Danny. I love the love. I really appreciate that. Danny also says, absolutely will Skype. Have been feeling called to try it soon. I've just been shy. Thank you. I really hope that there are a lot of people that feel that way, who are like, you know what, I have actually been wanting to talk to Kellyanne, directly or in real time, but I've just been shy, and maybe this is the perfect moment. And I will say that there are so many clients that I've had over the course of time who have booked a Skype session or a Skype reading with me, and they have said, I thought I was going to be really intimidated, but actually it's just like talking to you the way you are on YouTube, because the way I am on YouTube is the way I am in life. So a lot of people have sometimes been a bit nervous at first, and some clients have said to me, like, I'm a bit nervous. It's just really weird because I've literally watched 400 of your videos and now we're live, and it's just a bit odd. But they get into it really quickly. It's really comfortable. Talking is, it's one of my superpowers. So talking and listening and interacting and making that space for the other person to speak, taking on what they're saying and then responding in a conscious way. I can say there's a lot of things in life that I cannot do, baby cakes, but I can definitely say that that whole thing is one of the things I am pretty good at. So if you are feeling shy, if you are feeling like, oh, I don't know how that will be, maybe it will be awkward, I'm sure I can help to loosen you up if you do want to have a reading or session with me and you've got your worries about that. I think that that's obviously something that I am able to make people feel more comfortable with, which is great. So I know these things do take some time to get used to. It is a bit of a big change for me. But I did want to let you guys know that I'm doing it for the simple reason that scheduling 3 different types of reading format was getting to be a little bit difficult for me to do. And I want to be able to offer the best that I can offer to my clientele. At the same time, I do want to make courses. I do want to make sure I've got enough time for other projects that I have in the pipeline too. And I want to make sure that I'm not running myself ragged to the point where I am actually sort of potentially jeopardizing the client experience, because I would hate that. I would hate to do that. So that's what's going on at the moment. Now, I do have another announcement coming quite soon. Again, I might do a similar thing where I film on Facebook and put up onto YouTube, so that, you know, it's across both of those platforms, so that lots of people get a chance to see it. I'm very, very excited about what I've got coming for the month of May, and I want to make sure I let you guys know about it fairly soon, but it's a little bit undercooked at the moment. I'm still working on it, so I will let you know a little bit closer to the time. But it's basically going to be another way that you can get more from me, more and that you can kind of have access to extras, basically, if that's something that you would be interested in. If you watch my every single video, and if you wonder where the fuck I am when I've disappeared for a couple of weeks, I've got coming in May might very well interest you. So I'm excited to make that announcement as well, and I'll be doing that in the coming days. So with all of that being said, I think I am done. Look. Nathan says, I love referencing things, but I would love talking back and forth. Yeah, and of course you can reference that as well. You can hit record on Skype, and you can, and it's really important for me that I remember more than record, because some people don't know they can record. So now to Skype, I'm going to be basically recording everything as well, just in case anything goes wrong their end or my end. One of us has got a recording, because I really want to make sure you do get that. Suzanne says, nice to provide new and fresh platforms. Absolutely. And it's nice to shake things up. This is really good for me. It's different for me. It's nerve-wracking for me, because of course I do want my clientele to keep my clientele. I love you. I've read for some of you for fucking donkey's days now, so I would hate to lose you because of the changes to the format. Going through a lot in the last 18 months, some of it related to business and related to time and emotional well-being, physical health, really thinking about how I can put the days and weeks together to do the things that I know are going to move my business forward and are also very enriching for me. And things have had to give. This is just sort of one of them. Let's say a healthy decision that I've made for me, that I feel will be beneficial for me, but also I think beneficial for my clients, about getting together on Skype and having that interaction. And as I mentioned, we do not have to be face to face. You do not have to. We can do it like a phone call if you want, if it's a session, or if I'm reading for you, because obviously I do want to show you the cards I'm using. Anatorian's Oracle of Echoes, guys, get into it. It was literally like within reach, because I adore it so much. And I'm not in the UK at the moment. I'm out in Amsterdam, so I've only got with me my Rider-Waite-Smith and my Oracle of Echoes. These are the two that I was like, I can only fit 2 in my case. These are going to be the ones. So yeah, obviously if it's a reading, I will be putting my camera on, but you don't have to put your camera on. No pressure. So if you think that's going to feel weird, we just won't do it like that, you know? It's just about me making sure everybody is scheduled in. Nobody is, you know, having to wait too long. Everybody knows when they're going to be scheduled in, and there's going to be like an opportunity for me to serve people in a way that doesn't make me feel like I'm overwhelmed with having to schedule these 3 different formats. I don't want to start dropping the ball. I really want to avoid, you know, I love what I do, and I appreciate the people that invest in my business. I know I'm always going to make a mistake or two. I'm not perfect, but I want to make sure I'm in a position where I'm not actually working despite being burnt out. And you know, with the kind of work that I do, that's actually not fair either, because I'm supposed to be fully present when I'm talking with people about their issues and slinging cards and coming up with solutions and all of that stuff. So I want to make sure that's what's happening, and I'm not just, you know, burning out and kind of like fizzling away into embers and not mentioning it and just kind of like pushing through with what I've always been doing. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I'm offering a quality service, and this is going to be the way that I'm going to do that. One more thing before I end this live, and I really appreciate you guys for listening to what I'm saying. EJ says, once I work through the course that I'm in the midst of, I'll definitely be Skyping as a follow-up. Just feeling it. Yes, I can't wait to talk to you, EJ. That would be amazing. So one more thing I want to mention is if you're interested in a session with me as opposed to a reading, then please have a look at my spiritual counseling sessions, my business mentoring sessions. If you want to do something like what I do, or something woo-woo, or something, alternative, then maybe I can help with the online presence, marketing, branding, etc., audience engagement, that sort of stuff. You can have a look at my Witchy Brainstorming sessions, and I also do Card Slinger chat sessions where we talk about the cards. So have a look at those things, see if you might want a session with me. And the thing I want to mention before I end this is that the Witchy Brainstorming session has usually always been one session. There's never been a package option before. I just listed today the package option. So if you're somebody that does tend to book Witchy Brainstorming sessions with me, then you might want to think about booking yourself a package, because of course you get the third package of 3. So if you know that you want to work on your witchcraft journey, if you know that that's something that you would like me to help you with and you would like me to hold you accountable for, definitely go ahead and look at the Witchy Brainstorming package as opposed to the Witchy Brainstorming session, because you get 3, but you get the third one half price. So if you want to make that investment, that is now available. And I will keep you up to date with new things that are available and just basically give you the news as it comes along. Like I said, it won't be long before I've got another update to give to you guys. Blimey, I talk very quickly. That is a criticism I get, but it's just how I am. I try and slow it down, take a breather every once in a while, but I'm a fast talker, damn it. I often have clients from New York telling me that I'm an honorary New Yorker because I talk so fast. Apparently that's a New York thing. Okay. Nathan says, one day someone is going to make a compilation of your amazing sayings. Ha ha. Donkey's days. That has to be the first time I've heard that one. Oh, I'm afraid I can't take credit for that one. That's an exceptionally English phrase. Donkey's days. I said something the other day. I said that something was as old as God's dog. And somebody thought that was mine. And I do make up a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is my own, but that I cannot take credit for. I got that from my dad. Oh, they're as old as God's dog. It's as old as God's dog. So funny. I love that one. Yeah, I love a colloquialism. Don't we all love a colloquialism? So, Suzanne says, I will look forward to your future ventures. I'm sure this will attract new clients. Yeah, I hope so. I love making those new connections. I love people returning to me, and I love getting to know people for the first time. So if you feel like you do want to book in with me and you would like to have a reading, have a session, or just check out my courses, whatever it might be, and you've never worked with me before, then go ahead and pop over to the store and see if there's something that you fancy. If you have any worries about me switching away from the video and email formats, please do get in touch with me, and I'll engage with you on that. And do remember, if you are a repeat client, if you've booked with me before, and you've worked with me before, please log into your store account when you purchase and use your 10% discount code, Honey Bunnies. Please do use that. All of my repeat clients get 10% off anything they buy in the future. So if you buy from me once, you get 10% off anything in the future, even things that are in the sale section. So don't forget to use that all important discount code to get your 10% off. You have earned it. You deserve it. If you're a repeat client, I want you to have it. And with that being said, thank you so much for your attention on these things. I really appreciate it. So much love, and I'll be back with more stuff, more videos, more bits and pieces very soon. Okay, blessed be, darlings.